Hello and welcome to Split Test Dynamo. In this video I'd like to show you inside the plugin so you understand how it works and how easy it is to split test without touching code. When you install Split Test Dynamo, the first thing you'll do is land on this screen right here where you'll enter in your name and email address to validate that you're an authorized user of Split Test Dynamo. Once you've done that, you'll go to our settings or our overview page. The overview page is just a real quick explanation of what it is and how it operates. It also allows you to navigate throughout the settings of the plugin. One of the first tabs you see is the content split. If you go to the content split tab, it shows you any split test that you have running for content on your site. So if you have a page where you may be testing a video sales process versus a more long form sales process, this is where you would see that. Or maybe you're testing multiple order buttons, or you're testing the placement of an opt-in box or the placement of order buttons. You would see that type of split test that you're conducting on this page. You could also jump over to the template split where you could see all the tests that you're running, and this would be more of the structure and the layout of the page, and we can get more into that in detail in a little bit. I'm just trying to give you a quick overview of how this works. But you can see there's one running right here on this cheat sheet. You can see that the stats for, well, let's just say the last 7 days. So you can see a little bit of stats that operate through here, and this allows you to run through here and get a quick synopsis of all the tests that you're running and how they're performing. So let's get in and look at the little bit of reporting that you can have. There are some fancy reports. Everybody loves reports, so you have the ability to get in here and see from a historical perspective how things are trending for a particular campaign, and we can go more into detail about that as well. But I think what you're probably most interested in is how exactly does this split test plugin work, and how easy is it for me to use it? Well, let me show you. Here we are on a post that we've created, and you can see along the top here it gives you the title of the post, gives you the link and for the post, the URL for the post. And if we scroll down here, you'll notice because we have Split Test Dynamo installed, we now have this new button that's located just below the content area of the post. If I was to click this button, you'll notice something magical that happens. See, now it says that it's going to split out all the content on this post, and right now it's set to show both versions A and version B. We touched no code, and instantly we have two versions of this page. So you can see we can remove the split test and leave version A, or we can remove it and leave version B depending on how they've performed. But how do you edit and create the two versions? Well, you notice now there's this section that's been added right here that allows you to change and edit the page. So if I was to go through here and change this right here, we're changing it for version A. Well, if you notice, I'll look at B. See, B, the paragraph is still there. A, it's been removed. So in essence, without touching any code at all, just with clicking a button, we can come through here, turn on a split test. I could come through here and edit and change this. Maybe I have one way I'm selling or communicating information in a more logical way. Maybe on version B I'm selling and communicating information in a more emotional way. We could then test it to find out which is performing better. And how we could do that is we would then go down here and we could insert, we could designate a particular page. If someone makes it to a particular page, consider that a success or an order. So we could pick any page from here. And just to use an example, I'll just type in backlink, and let's just see what's happened is it's pulled up this, it's found a post that matches this backlink. I click on that, and now that is designated as the thank you page on the site. So you could use an actual thank you page, and now automatically it's going to start directing all traffic that comes to this URL. It'll start splitting 50% of the traffic to version A and 50% of the traffic to version B. It will then automatically start tracking everybody who makes it to this page, and it'll assign it to the correct version. So you can say, oh, version A, the logical way, is converting better than version B, the emotional way. So really, without touching any code at all, you can come in here and easily start split testing. It's very powerful. Now, the second part of this is to be able to split test a template or more of the structural layout of the page. And so the way you do that, and you can see here I'm on a page, right? See this, I'm on a page, and this is 13 steps to increase your SEO score. You can see we're running a split test on this this is a real test that we're running on this page. And if you look right here, we turned on the split test, there was the button. Once we clicked that to start a template split, you can see it said template for version A, and we just picked from all the templates that we had with this theme, we picked the one we wanted. Well, then for version B, we picked another one. And these are just all the templates that come with a theme. Then once we've done that, automatically, without touching any code at all, the plugin is now splitting out the traffic. Everybody that lands on this page, 50% of them see this version, this layout, structural layout of it. 50% of them see this one. And you can see right down here, then what happens is it starts recording the data instantly. The same way, or you can of course give it a name, and then the same way down here, you can come through here and designate a thank you page. You can just see I type in SEO, and it brings up all the pages and so forth on the site that have that. I can just pick the page that I want to designate it as the confirmation or the thank you page. Once I do that, it'll start recording and designating a particular page. So it's a very powerful, very easy way for anybody to start split testing without touching any code whatsoever. That's the whole idea of Split Test Dynamo, to be able to go in there with no need to touch code and just with the push of a button be able to quickly and easily split test your content or the structural layout of the page. As we've shown you in other examples, you can do that with AdSense and dramatically increase your click-through rate to your AdSense and therefore your revenue. You can do that with collecting more opt-in subscribers. The key to it is you get the same amount of traffic you're getting today, but you get a completely different result. It allows you to take a losing campaign, a losing site, and turning it into a winning site. It's very easy and very powerful. I hope to see you inside our members area. Thanks a lot.